Ah,
I guess I was muted.
Dungan.
I'll say I'm guessing it's the Tender Valley one.
Yes.
Yeah, I went and picked it up, but I didn't do it.
Let's do it.
1 second, then I have 2 more Aether Currents. Two more Aether Currents. Anyways, yeah, yep. Only died 4 times on the final fight, by the way.
We only wiped once, and then everyone was fine the second time. Like,
I'll say we wiped once, but then I died like 3, 4 times, something like
that
that.
was the best trial run I've ever had, okay? The other ones were hard as fuck, apparently. Like, I died so many times. I died so many times of the other two.
Yeah, for me, I got targeted by each one of those things where 2 people got tethered and the line came across. I'm like,
Yeah, normal mode, by the way. Normal mode, by the way.
what am I supposed to do with this? So I just kind of stood in it. I can probably move out of it, but I just didn't feel like it.
The aiming one?
Yeah, the one where 2 people get tethered and then it moves to them. I'm just assuming eventually it just locks in and then you can move out of it, but
Yeah.
well,
you don't get tethered. You don't get tethered. But like,
well, you don't get tethered, but I mean, it, like, you know.
like it follows. Yeah, it follows you, and then it's an AR mechanic. But like, that second phase is insane, dude. I didn't like. What's it called? I didn't grasp. I didn't grasp the hole in the wall mechanic at first. I didn't notice the wall.
I thought I was in the hole first. I barely wasn't in it, so
that fight is epic, dude. I like that fight.
Then I died like right before the gravity part happened.
Yeah.
Because I just had 2 rounds. So
yeah, bro, these fights, they hit hard, bro. They hit hard, dude.
And then and yeah, once again, to answer your question from yesterday when you're like, what do you think of Sphene?
Yeah, what do you think of Sphene?
Dumb bitch.
Dumb bitch.
That's all I have to say about her. I fucking hate her.
Oh, my opinion of her is like, she's a stupid character. Like, I don't hate her and I don't like her.
Requote myself, no, I can't.
I don't hate her and I don't like her. She's just a confusing plot device. Like,
yeah, that's kind of part of the reason for my just not liking her.
Yeah.
Just stupid. Just literally, like, you've had like 15 chances to not do this, but then again, like, whatever, you're robot, so I guess you program. What? I don't care. Little hater on that. And I now see why people said what they said about the talking board plank.
Wilcomot?
Yeah, when they jumped in, that was the least emotion I've ever heard come out of a character.
I'd rather see the Gaia scene. No, it's like, but like, I feel like getting that trial in like a trial roulette, and then I feel that it'll get annoying after a while. Definitely, that trial will get annoying after a while. Maybe after like the second or third time, I could feel that cutscene is gonna get annoying.
Yeah, but yeah, what I total think for like everything, there's like yeah.
What do you rate the expansion as a whole? The story as a whole. The story, the fights, whatever is in the MSQ.
Okay, what we're doing as a whole.
Whatever you have done in the MSQ, not outside of the MSQ, like oh, this is a really cool Fate experience, right? But whatever you've done in the MSQ equals dungeons, trials, the story development, the story writing, whatever the characters. What do you rate it out of 10?
see, because for me it's hard, like the whole thing. So I'm gonna split it in half. The first half I enjoyed a lot, like 8.5. The second half, man, it just fell off for me so hard. Just the story, that is.
The story.
Everything else was fun. The dungeons were fun in the second night. Like seriously, that the Vanguard dungeon, like all the dungeons.
Yeah, the Vanguard dungeon.
I loved the dungeons,
I like the dungeon bosses. I don't like the format. I do not like the format of the dungeons. Why can't you just do wall to wall to the boss? Why can't you just do that instead of 2 poles, wait, 2 poles, wait, boss time, 2 poles, wait, 1 pole, wait, 1 more pole, final boss. It's like, it's stupid. I don't like that. What's it called? I don't like that formula that they created for this expansion. I think it's boring for replayability.
So yeah, like I like the fighting content, but the story, the second half, dragged on way too long. I'm sorry.
In my opinion, I don't think so.
For me, it just we just spent way too long. I get it, whatever. It's whatever. We'll come out loud. We just spent way too long talking to people, man.
But that's the entire point, though. Like, you need to learn information. It's a leader. You're
our world. Let's go talk to memories. Like, that aren't going to tell us anything about the person.
Well, it's like, it shows...
The only ones that were useful were Cryo parents.
True. I am very interested on what actually happened. I am very interested in the Lalas.
They were the only ones that were useful to talk to. Beyond that, all the other ones were worthless.
I cannot wait for the lore videos on the Malala. Okay, I'm going to watch those, actually. I'm very interested in that lore. Because that predates Eorzea, I think, right? So,
sure, yeah.
That predates Eorzea, and I'm really interested in, like, how did this key came to be? They said, like, oh, in the lack of words, from the beginning of time it always existed. How did it always exist, though? Why is it here? Why do we have the key now? Why was it in Kryle's parents' hands in the first place? How did that happen? How was the lineage of Kryle's parents
I thought they stole
that?
it because they didn't want the thing to happen that happened anyway.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I like that's what I think.
And also it's like, why is like Alexandria like all lightning? What it's like that also
it's just lightning.
Yeah, but also it's like what's it called? They're in a war. And then the big bad guy was like, pew pew, kill Sphene, and they're like, oh no, and then calamity happened because Alexandria lost. And then, yeah, a calamity happened. That's like that. So I wonder, like, what's gonna happen with patch content? Because, like, with the key, we can't do anything with it until probably next expansion. I don't think they're gonna do anything with the key.
Okay, yeah, no, what you said is right. We can't do anything with it. We're just gonna give it to Y'shtola, and she'll find out what to do with it. We all know that's what's gonna happen.
But also, it's like, also I feel like, because the key is a key for reflections. That's what the key is for. It's to open up reflections.
No, yeah, that's what I think what's going to happen, is we're going to use it to open
for, like,
it,
patch
that's
content.
what Arenville wants to do, is go to different places to live on his mom's legacy.
And I feel like Arenville's going to switch to Bard. I'm calling it. He's going to be Bard. He's going to be Bard.
That's what they said at the end, was, let's go adventuring.
Yeah.
But, oh yeah, my rating, yeah, the second half, not...
I personally, I really like this.
I like the overall thing, but just spent way too long in some...
In some parts, I can understand, yeah. And Heritage Found, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Heritage Found did kind of drag on a little bit.
For me, it was Heritage and the Lost Memory, like, with all the endless. It just...
Well,
I get it. Like, you don't just want to delete them, but at the same time, it's like... If you, like, don't hurry it up, you know, I just feel like there's no sense of anything, no sense of...
There were some random things in Living Memory that happened. Like, okay, cool, the play. I thought the play was going to explain more, but it didn't. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, oh, this actually happened for Alexandria because the person, the main person there, the knight, Otis, yeah,
Otis.
He was there at the start of Alexandria. So I would assume that he would be like sprinkling something. No, he didn't. He just did like the war. He just threw the entire play essentially.
He just froze and then just didn't say anything. And that's what I mean. Like, what? There's just no point to the like.
Yeah, like that section is like
to know the people, but still at the same time, like I said, the only one I enjoyed was talking to Kyle's parents. That's it. Because that one was actually fun. That one was actually learning something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I lost my wedding ring. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that shit's like stupid. I didn't like that part.
That. The world is ending. If I don't go stop this thing, our world is gonna. We're all dead.
Yeah.
We're all dead. I'm not. But I gotta go get your wedding ring.
Yeah, we defeat this monster to retrieve a wedding ring, give it to this person. Cool, they're happy, and then literally 5 minutes later, they're deleted. Like, why? It wasn't even a thing.
And then let's go ahead and reactivate the fountain. Yay,
fountain. And it's like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, moving water. Oh my god. The best thing I've ever seen.
Whoa.
It's like, what? Shut up. Like, it's like...
At least the final area was like, oh, there's like...
It was really pretty.
Effort here.
It was really
like,
pretty.
Like saving... There's plants in this thing that would kill other plants or would keep you alive. At least that's cool. That's something.
Mm-hmm.
But still, like, just half of it was just useless. Just dragged on. That's why I got bored yesterday. It's just walk up, talk, oh, get my wedding ring. Let's go. Like, okay, I liked the boat ride with Graha, but at the same time...
The little Graha date was kind of cute, not gonna lie. It was kind of cute. It was kind of cute.
I love talking to him, but at the same time...
Yeah, we haven't had one-on-one time with Graha. It's like, we haven't had one-on-one time with Graha since Shadowbringers.
Maybe you didn't, but listen, in Endwalker... I chose him to walk in my room, okay?
That's optional, though. Like, I chose Alize. But, like, yeah, it's like...
it just took way too long just to move on. Yeah, that's it. That's why I just don't like the second half. It just took too goddamn long.
I understand, and...
What mattered.
I understand, like, talking with, the Oblivion... That section took too long in a Heritage Found. And getting to Galuja was unnecessary in my opinion. I think that little brat is just, at first, was too shy in my opinion. I don't like characters like that, but like, him as a character, I'm still unsure. I think everyone's kind of unsure of him. I don't think we should have a 2-year-old as a leader of an entire, like, existence, I should say.
Where's mom? Where's mom?
Yeah, exactly. Who did it? It's like
mom?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I don't see a single other Mamulja in this entire thing.
I don't know how they breed. I don't know how like they breed or repopulate the Mamulja. I don't know how. But I would assume there would have to be a male and a female.
I feel like we would have talked about that.
Yeah, I feel like we would have talked about it. And also, Ryle's dad never admitted that he was his dad, by the way. Never admitted it. He never said, I'm your father. Never did. We just have to assume.
Yeah, like that, yeah. It's like,
but it's pretty obvious that it is her dad.
Let's not talk about... Like, I'm fine with the Galuljo part, but I feel like it should have been more about, that. Like, actually, like, either him or his... parents instead.
Yeah, it's like he just appeared and I was confused. It's like cool. It's like they have like a little hint of it, but also, and then the next like couple quests you see him again and you get to know him, right? Where is the mom? Like who fucked him, or who fucked him to conceive him? And also,
there isn't a single other Mamulja in that city.
And also, if time moves differently in Alexandria, and to my understanding, when the dome appeared, that's when Alexandria started in our realm. From there,
I think it was a very weird.
Yeah, that's such a time difference. It's like, okay, it appears, and like, okay, it's been 30 years in there. Holy crap!
I feel like probably what happened is like it happened and.
But what happened to our? Yeah, it's like cool. It's there. 30 years have passed. But where's our?
How?
It's like when we were in it.
I mean, like,
where's our time conversion?
Now the time's the same. It's probably should have pulled the same card of, well, now the first, we're in like same time level. But it might not be that at all. I think it's some weird thing that the blast happened, but while the blast happened, the people that were in it had 30 years, and then once the dome was just there, then it was 30 years.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. Which I'm fine with that, because that's just explaining how that thing even happened. We don't even know how it works anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna assume the moment the blast happened, anyone that was in the radius immediately somehow lived 30 years.
Like,
and then whatever. I'm fine with that kind of, like, I just hope it gets explained when we learn more about it.
Yeah, I really hope the patch notes do explain more, but also this is a new story. This is a new story. Maybe they'll explain Alexandria in like 3 expansions when this all wraps up, right? Like in like 5 years, right? Or 5, 6, 8 years, right?
Exactly. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I keep saying, yeah. Final grade for that second half, man. It's like a 6, like 5.56, man. I can't. I think it just dragged for me, man.
Like for me, like, as an expansion as a whole, I'm looking at it as a whole. It's like I understand like the first part and the second part.
I want to say as a whole, it's like 8.
For me, it was a 7.
Up, man, like first half is 8.5, second half is 6, 5.5.
My estimate is it's a 7 for me as a whole. I think the beginning was really just like a honeymoon phase, but looking back on it, it's like it's cool of like, okay, we get to learn more of Wuklamine, we get to be more friends with Wuklamine, Koana, and we get to know more about like the future enemies and all that. How much of a dick they are. I never liked the Mamuja. I just don't like, or at least those 2 characters. Bakuja and Doroja, I don't like those characters. I just don't like them. I don't like mean characters that are mean for no reason. Like, I just don't like those kind of characters. So like the first half was really like brought down by that for me. But for the activities that you did, the dungeons were pretty cool. They were different, seeing something new finally after for so long playing Endwalker dungeons. Or even before Endwalker dungeons, playing those a lot. It's fun doing something new and learning. But like the first half, I would still equal it to the second half in my opinion. I think just overall it's a 7. It's not great, it's not bad, it's a good expansion. It's a good start to a new story. Even though the ending is kind of meh. Or it's like
like there's something that isn't mapped in the living memory, but nothing is grayed out. Where is this one spot that I'm missing on the map? Like everything is explored. Where is it? I want to get the achievement, but there just isn't a spot that is missing. Found it. It blended in really well. But yeah, I got the feeling yesterday where I'm just like it's slowing down.
And also, my biggest complaint of the entire expansion, the naming. What do you think of the naming? I absolutely hate it.
For the most part, I'd be fine with it as long as there's like let me look at like the teleport. Like
Lu 110 Iyawawabahasa. Ah yes, my favorite town in the expansion. Pieyapa. Ah yes.
Sheshinwazi Springs, like that one's okay.
Hihiwahu.
Mehawatson.
Chinchawazi,
like
I can barely pronounce it.
Ikrad, like these
Mount Loez and Yayayasa. Like
are pretty fun.
Like characters found, Yasulani, like characters found is fine. Most of the things, half of it's fine, but like everything before that though, Yogg-Taro, this is all fucked up. I hate every single bit of naming in this entire section. Like, it's so stupid, and why is it so complicated all the time? Why are people's names so complicated? Like Kakuya, I had to name her Kakarot when I first was hearing of her, and then Ayate, which that's fine. And then what other? There's a lot of other characters that I phase out of memory that I don't want to see their names ever again. I can't wait to see other people try to pronounce these names before they say it in a cutscene.
But yeah, like that's like it. That is the complaint. Other than that, yeah, I'm just fine with it. I do kind of hope. Once again, like that's what everyone keeps arguing. It's like, oh, you just want it to be about you.
And
I'm fine with not being like.
Yeah, I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm fine with Wicklum being the main character.
But at the same time, like Mia.
It's like I didn't mind it.
Every single.
I personally, I don't understand that complaint of like, oh, speak to Wicklum is ingrained in my monitor. I never looked in that top right corner. I didn't look at it. I just looked at the silly little thing on my mini map, but that's all I looked at. Okay, the name of the quest and the silly little thing.
Finally has a counter of it because yeah.
Also, that dungeon gives fucking
Also, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's also probably just also me. Like, it's hard to come off. It's hard to top Shadowbringer or Endwalker for me.
Yeah, definitely. But it's not supposed to.
I get it. It's a new story. But at the same time,
if you keep comparing it to them, it's hard not to, right? Even when I was having my summary and my thoughts of it during the cutscene and all that, or the what's it called, credits, like how I usually do. I compared Endwalker and Shadowbringers, but I think in a healthy way, as in oh, this expansion is better than this expansion. I would say putting on a scale of the 1 to 10. 10 being Shadowbringers and Endwalker, because I think they're both 10 out of 10s for their own reason. So comparing it to the best of the best and peak of this, I think this is a 7. And that's my take on it. Because I feel like Shadowbringers has the best writing, has peak writing. But Endwalker has peak emotional impact. Insane emotional impact, and I love it. Shadowbringers didn't really have that emotional impact for me, but it looked really cool. And had peak writing. And I love Emmett. Emmett's cool. I want him to come back. Bring him back. I feel like he's gonna come back as a narrator in the final patch. He's gonna be like, where are you gonna go next? I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I got the.
I was waiting for Emmett to come back at the final part and be like, "Where are you gonna go next? You have found the Golden City. You went to the Golden City. Now what are you gonna do with that key? Now what are you gonna do with, yeah, like with your new friends? What are you gonna do with this?" Like kind of like giving you questions. But like, no, we didn't get that. We just got Celine's crown at the end, which like, what are we gonna do with it? How are we going to obtain it in the first place? I'm assuming it's something that we're going to obtain. Or someone is going to obtain.
You wanna what? You wanna? Okay, I was browsing Twitter for like stuff to like remind myself of stuff, and yeah, I kind of agree with this guy. I had a lot of fun in Shaloni because I actually got like with Aaronville because I felt like we were actually adventuring, like doing something. I really liked that, but like it just goes once again. I think it just goes to the thing where everyone says it. It kind of hinges how much you like Wooklamot. It's like I like the character, but I do feel like I was it was like a babysit.
Definitely during the writer succession. During the writer succession, definitely you're just babysitting Wooklamot and carrying her to the throne. Definitely.
I wanna go on an adventure, like was said at the end. I got an adventure. It is an adventure, but it wasn't like adventure.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
It felt like I was a babysitter.
Definitely.
Which is very annoying. All I'm doing is, I mean, I said I really like the first half, and I do, but it also sucks to just walk up, get a culture, like injected into you, have Wooklamot fail something, and be like, I have idea, and then you move on to the next one. Good job, you won.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked the Shaloni bit. It's just it was. Actually,
I personally didn't like the Shaloni bit that much. It's mainly because I had the most difficult time trying to pronounce everything in the entirety of the bit. I did not like Shaloni as the story. It's like cool. We get to now we are aware of like Ayate and Aaronville's mom and like Aaronville's like birth name. Cool. We get to learn more about Aaronville. If you're a fan of him, this is a Pog segment. You're going to love this. Zeppela is definitely going to adore this section because you know so much more about Aaronville during the Shaloni section. And it's really Pog when Estinian comes out of the bar and be like, yo. And like that's cool as fuck, not gonna lie. But oh, the sheriff is the bad guy all along. And he's the one who's actually committing the biggest crimes around. And oh, the old way does not matter if you're right or wrong. Whoever wins the duel is the one in the right. It's like, that's poor writing in my opinion. I think that's poor writing.
What I found poor writing was the one quest where we just follow Wooklamot, Gololja, and Kona around the city. And they just talk, and we just don't say anything to them, and we just follow them.
And also,
that was boring to me.
You bring that, yeah, but like you also bring up is like our character emotionless through a lot of it. The only time where our character is ever emotional is when we are the center of attention. But like if you see our character in like the background or like a corner of the screen, zero. We're just idle. We're just idle.
That's
no
also
emotion.
Why
we just look at it.
I don't care about. Yeah, there's no emotion from us. I wish that there was more emotion, but that's nothing. That's nothing we can choose, because obviously. Yeah,
but like that's one complaint that I do have. Like Endwalker did our character's emotions perfectly, in my opinion, to convey what our character is actually feeling and what we as the player is actually feeling as well, for the most part. For Dawntrail, I feel like the crazy things that happened and our character was like, oh, that's normal. And then other times our character is like, OMG, this happened, when us as the consumer already know that happened or already figured out that that's what's going to happen, right? Like,
this motherfucker said, I pray that post Dawntrail is better. Why did Emmett Selk come to Terral? Is he stupid? Also, I do have one criticism about actually one dungeon. The final dungeon is just trying to be Amarat 2. It's just Amarat 2. That's all it is. I find that kind of boring.
Kinda, yeah. It is definitely
it's just Amarat 2.0.
Yeah.
Which is just, like, cool, I guess.
I like what I saw on my screen, and that's all that matters to me.
I like the dungeon, but yeah, overall the tone, it's just trying to be...
I have this tweet from Arthur's right here, 12 hours ago. Guy, remember, you are in Terral to help Wuklama in her ascension. You were never meant to rule them out. Who the hell do you think you are? Of course you are the character that isn't the main character.
I'll say, yeah, like...
Also, she's supposed to be strong to hold her own against competitors. Some of you need to calm down.
I'll say, I saw that tweet where you said that.
Like, I wanted a vacation. None of this Ascension to Force Awakens-esque, like... Yeah, it's like, people thought it's like, oh, it's going to be a vacation. Which, even in the beginning, it did not feel like a vacation.
You wanna know?
It did not feel like a summer vacation at all. I think that's just straight up false advertising, besides what Tuliolo looks like. The face surface of Tuliolo, cool, summer vacation. But actually playing the expansion, I feel like none of it is summer vacation-esque, I should say. It's hard to care for the setting.
Oh, I wonder if a reason why like some people like, I don't know, like dislike Bakul Jaja is because I feel like he never really got like redeemed.
I don't like him because, bro, he was mean until we called him out on his bullshit, and then we see him crying about his shit because like, I'm weak, blah 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 blah. Fuck off, and then you become nice after that. Fuck off. I don't like that writing.
That's what I mean. That's bullshit. Wish he actually got redeemed in a different way than just
like he's tough guy.
Whatever.
It's like it would be cool.
I feel like I liked him. Like I get why he did it, but I just should have been different. It should have been done differently.
I think he should have went on his own.
Guy. Because it's just it's stupid.
Yeah, Zamoja, I just don't like Zamoja at all. He was just mean for no reason. And then he just became meaner and meaner, and then he pretty much graped a what's it called, the queen to become a king, and then he fucked up his army by betraying the queen. And then like the trial was alright for story purposes. The trial itself is really cool and it's really fun, but story purposes, it's stupid. It's a Xeno wannabe that didn't follow the steps of Xeno. Like, he wants to kill Wuklama so bad that he's willing to pretty much overrule another kingdom just so he can attack Tuliolo. Just like what Xeno did with destroying the fucking star just to fight us in the very end at the top of the universe or the end of the universe. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing but on a smaller scale to another person. He's just a Xeno wannabe that didn't compare at all to Xeno. I feel like that's the connection that I made to Zamoja. He's just a Xeno wannabe that wasn't good at being Xeno or being a villain in the first place. And like the regulator stuff, I still have questions about it. Because like they did confirm that like, oh, if you have the choice to take off the regulator, right? But also, like, if someone dies and you do not have the regulator on, you remember that person dying. If you have the regulator on, you forget. But what if the person who died has a regulator on or off? What is the difference there? so like, I don't know the questions for that. Like,
yeah.
And also, like, cool living memory stuff as well. They're like, oh, all of these people are dead, and the appearance that they shape is the happiest point of their life. Cool. But also, Namika just Fantasia'd in front of Wikilemot. Like, bruh. Like, so, like, it's understandable why that is, but also, why isn't every dead person there? Well, no, they're the Endless, so it's different. So who, yeah, they're the Endless. So it's the people who ever had the people with the regulators off go to living memory, or do you have to die with the regulator on to go to living memory? What about that? Like,
I just feel like it's a dumb plot point that was kind of half, like, not half baked, but
it's cool to visit. Like, oh, where is Alexandria, and what did it look like before? I think that's cool of knowing the lore of Alexandria instead of, oh, Zerul Jai is like, I plant my stick here, boom, this is now Alexandria for now. Like, but like the actual Alexandria, that's pretty cool. I like the concept of that, and then this is where all the dead people go. Like, there's so many questions that, like, which is the entire point of this expansion is to leave so many questions. And I am awaiting for either the lore videos to come out from information that I missed, or patch content, or even straight up another expansion that'll answer a few questions, but not all, obviously. So,
yeah.
I really wonder how they're going to structure the future expansions. Are they going to continue with this structure?
Okay.
I hope not.
I really hope not.
I hope not.
I said, I don't want talk to one person simulator.
Yeah.
I get it. Once again, we're not the main thing for this. But please, I don't want to be a dog on a leash.
Yeah,
and follow one person around the entire time. I like other characters.
Yeah, I was thinking of this as well. I was talking about this as well. That, like, if they go with this formula of, like, okay, we're no longer the main character, and we're the supporting character for this new main character of this expansion, the Wukama of next expansion, right? If they continue with that, obviously they're gonna take feedback if we as a community like it or not, of us not being the main character. But the pacing of at least the second half, the first half, they had it all planned out. The second half, I feel like they just kept adding things on. They're like, what about this now? What about this plot point now? Keep the story moving. That's why it felt slow to you. Because they were like, we don't know what we're doing, so let's just put this random thing here. Maybe this other thing here in, like, 10 quests. Like, that's why, like, it felt slow to some people, I guess. Because, like, the first half, the Red Succession, that was all planned. I feel like they rehearsed it, and they've been thinking about that part, and they refined it and edited it so many times. And, like, cool. Keep that consistency for the other half of the expansion, 95, 96 plus.
That's actually, I'm sorry, I'm reading there's this Reddit post where people are, like, just talking about it. Estinian got to go on an adventure.
Yeah, he did.
Estinian, he got to go and have fun,
He also went rogue. The Scions of the Summit Dawn, quote unquote, they quote unquote don't exist. They fucking exist. Also,
that's the other thing.
They exist.
We just relied on the same thing. The same people. The Scions come back.
The Scions come back. Blah 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 blah. Which, like, is obviously what's going to happen eventually. Like, I'm not surprised at all, because that's literally what Alphino said at the end of Endwalker. Like, it's like, oh, I'm gonna write back to my parents, like, we have disbanded the Scions of the Summit Dawn. At least that's what my parents are gonna think. That's what he said at the end of Endwalker. I'm like, cool, I've obviously made the connection of, oh, we're going to reunite again after our short break of doing whatever we want. So, like, I'm not surprised that, like, okay, we came back, but with slight differences. They're like, oh, and also, this is not Cryo's expansion like we thought. We thought Cryo was going to be, like, the Pog champ, right? But no, she was, like, the side content, but it was funny enough that she was the more interesting content as well. They're like, oh, she is an Alexandrian. Which, that was amazing, like, plot twist and all that. But, like, and then we get to learn more about the Malala, and like, that entire section is really interesting to me. Because technically, she predates Alexandria. Or New Alexandria, I should say.
Yeah. So, here's a translation from a JP player.
Yeah.
The overworld MSQ is on the level of side quest. Honestly, we should have let the Asians kill everyone on this continent.
Holy.
Oh my God. Jeez. Bro did not enjoy this. Holy shit. From start to finish, it's just problems caused by low IQ lizards.
That true.
Oh.
Lizard make trouble, we have to go fix it. Cat, go fix the lizard problem. Like, that's kind of what the expansion is, really. Cat, go fix the lizard problem.
This person just says, yeah, it's like a Realm-Reborn's errand boy with Stormblood's preachy moralizing.
What?
I did kind of feel like an errand boy sometimes.
It's like, yeah, Aaron's, yeah, true. It's like, OMG, bracelet.
And
but
then,
like,
and then it's like, yeah, we're
bracelet, OMG.
Preaching, we're friends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the power of friendship thing isn't as prevalent here, but it's still like, it's built upon, like, we built trust with Wuklima, and that's really it. Unlike previous expansion, Endwalker, which was Kingdom Hearts, the expansion, Power of Friendship, OMG, wow. Power of Zeem is our crutch again for the... How many expansions has it been? 4 expansions? We got it in Heavensward? Or Stormblood? I think it was Stormblood? Like, was it Stormblood that we got Power of Zeem?
You wanna know what? No, it was Shadowbringer.
Oh, Shadowbringer, okay.
But one thing... We show more emotion in the Hildebrand quest.
True. As a character, yeah.
Why do we show more emotion there than in any MSQ?
Where's the Hildebrand quest in this expansion? Where's it gonna be?
Where all we do, and any time we were in a cutscene, once again, we just nod.
Yeah,
but in Hildebrand, we actually like
this actually got annoying to me.
Animation.
This actually was starting to get annoying to me that like the camera pans to our character and we're just idle, no emotion. We're just staring at them. It's like okay, I'll be fine if it's like a nod, like usually, or like at least some emotion, some basic emote, right? I'll be fine with that rather than panning to our character, saying nothing, doing nothing, literally looking at nothing. Like, that was actually kind of starting to annoy me by the end. By the end, when they started doing that way too much, that started to annoy me.
Also, I get it. I also hate how everything, like, we just agree with everything.
I don't mind, because that's what our character's personality is go with the flow, do everything, say yes to everything. It does not matter. We just want to keep going in our own adventure as our character, not the player.
Yeah, I get that's like our thing. Like, yeah.
I don't mind that.
But once again, that gets to me. That gets to me though when we're time constrained. But it's like I want to talk to the memories. Yeah, so do I. I want to go. No, the world's ending. Like, not the world, but like still, like something bad can happen. But we're just gonna go talk to things.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I really hate it, that it is, listen, like, by now, I feel like we could have said, like, anyone could have said anything, like, maybe not everything can be solved by peace. Okay.
True.
I
This
know.
was definitely like it
we're
makes sense.
We're just being too nice. Like, I get it. That's Wokomo's character.
That's
I don't want
Wokomo's
to kill
thing
people.
is to
But,
make
like,
world peace essentially. That's what she wants.
When the same character has betrayed you 5 times.
Yeah.
And still says she's gonna kill your people, and you're like, I understand you.
Like, it's like.
That's why I don't like Sphene at all.
I feel like if we knew Sphene before this version of Sphene, like when she was actually alive, when Alexandria was a thing, I feel like if we actually knew that character and compared it to the current Sphene, I feel like we might have made like a connection of do we actually like this character or not. Besides, oh, this current version of Sphene is just so annoying to the point where like, oh, I care so much for my people, so we have to kill other people to make our people happy. So our people don't have to know that we killed other people, but they know, but they're okay with it. It's like, shut up. Shut up sometimes. Like, you need to realize that, like, what you're doing is bad, right? Like, how one of my theories are when I was playing it was, cool, Alexandria is a thing that survived on world domination or multiple dimensional domination because they survived. They are living because they have killed so many people, because that's how their population is alive. They feed the soul cells as one, its currency, and also it's a way of like regulating their life, right? That's how they can just res. Right, that's how they can just... And they also never explain, like, okay, the regulator, the beast mode, right? Do you just get to choose what kind of attributes you obtain? So. Or do you have to die? Or do you have to die by the thing that you are regulated as?
I assume you have to kill it and then you just take its soul.
But also, no one with a regulator ever went beast mode.
We saw 2 people.
Without dying. They had to die first, though. Zoruja had to die before he went beast mode. In the dungeon, we had to kill the boss before he went beast mode. Sphene had to... What? Did Sphene? No, she's different. Who else? Fucking... Yeah, Zoruja. Who was the other girl? Oh yeah, the Oblivion girl had to die. The dungeon boss had to die. The Zoruja had to die to become beast mode. Can they just activate it, or they have to die by the thing to become its attribute, right? To gain an attribute. And they explicitly said one. They explicitly said one attribute of this animal, like claws, its feralness, its anger, etc. They never explained it super well, very in depth. I don't think. Maybe in like lore books in Everkeep, because there is things there. Mm-hmm. But I did look at one of the lore things when one of the wipes, that like, oh, there's so many regulators here. One of them must be Namika's. Why is that a lore thing? Like, there's probably other things in that dungeon that did it, but I wasn't paying attention. Like, I wish they explained more on it, so... Because for me, as a player, I don't agree with the regulators becoming a norm for our character, or a societal norm.
I feel like
it wouldn't be safe.
Why they left the system up.
Yeah, and like people in this chill YOLO, it's just like, okay, they have the regulators.
Eventually it's gonna run out anyway.
Yeah.
We're not putting any more into it.
Mm-hmm.
So just shut it down now and just tell them you're dead. If you die, you're dead.
Yeah. Like,
instead we're just gonna baby them because that's what
Wokomot's like is like, peace,
don't ruin their life. Don't ruin their life.
No, so what did Kona do?
Going to ruin their life anyway.
Bro, what did Kona do? He said like, okay, Charlene forces. okay, like Charlene, not Charlene Force, like Charlene technology is going to increase Tuliolo's defenses.
Yeah, he got to work with Estinian and have fun and get the dragons to come.
Yeah, he worked with
He worked with Estinian and Alphano to get
yeah, Alphino.
with
Yeah,
Razat.
yeah.
And
Made people with Razahan and be like, yo, Ritra, we need your help real quick. And then he's like,
meanwhile,
yeah, but like,
watching,
that's all that he did. That's all that he did. Bro, if you look back on it, it's like, okay, he said he's gonna get Charlene technology into Tuliolo. Where is that?
Well, see, that's the thing. We just don't know what happened with him because we're too busy watching everything that happens to look.
But that is implied behind the scenes that he is working on Charlene technology in Tuliolo, or at least around other of Tyrol. Where is that? We were in Heritage Found for so long. We were in Alexandria for so long. I feel like
it was in obviously it was Trelawney that had the most of it, where they had the advanced and stuff like the train and the cerulean stuff.
Yeah, and that's
but then that's where like they accepted it and did stuff, and then but like the other places didn't want to do it yet. So like I get maybe like they just didn't want. I don't know. Like
it's like, but he said like Tuliolo defenses.
I wish we could have known more about him.
Where is that?
We could have had a bit with him maybe instead, but no, we follow around one character and talk to them 50 million times. Yeah, there's just so many things that could have also been said or shown.
Definitely.
But no, instead we talk to the same
maybe
character.
In patch.
The same thing every single time we talk to them.
It's like I am in Copium that in patch, Charlene tech will slowly be implemented in Tuliolo / Tyrol in as a whole.
I hope for the first 2 patches we don't talk to a certain character. I hope these keep them busy.
I definitely feel like the first patch is going to be Aaronville's. Definitely. It's like 7.1 is probably going to be Aaronville's quests. Or like Aaronville's time. Maybe training up Aaronville so he can fight because he has done no fighting before. So maybe it's going to be his training arc, and that's what the first patch is going to be. So it's going to be kind of boring, but also if you like that character, it's going to be Pog, right? And maybe then we'll see what job he's going to pick, which I'm still set on. He is going to become a bard. Just like his mom was. Implemented by Ayate said, oh, Kakuya was the best archer around. A bard. So, I feel like he's going to be a bard.
Also, another thing that sucks is that you just know that no character that's semi-important, like, no semi-important character that like important to us will ever die. That's also what kind of sucks.
I feel like there's
no one will ever not even die. Won't even get hurt. Okay, that's one thing. On the train, you can just reflect bullets with an axe.
Yeah, like bro,
just normal shit.
That's what I was like. I'm like, okay, you can just do that. I'm like, okay, dude.
No one will ever get hurt. No one got hurt in this whole thing. The only one that got hurt was LilZorak getting choked out by his dad.
Yeah.
Which didn't even last, like...
That was like half a scene. That was just to freak us out. I don't think he just did it as a defense mechanism.
Exactly. No one we know will ever get hurt. Will ever even get shot, even.
Yeah, that is the thing that, like, there's no risk in our party.
There never is.
There never is, and I don't think there's ever going to be. Besides, like, maybe in like maybe 2 expansions, someone might die off. Someone might get majorly hurt, like we did. Like our character, when we defended the star, we got majorly hurt, but we just got back up like nothing happened. But
yeah, like no one will ever we'll never have like the
We're never gonna have a Xeno versus our character fight ever again. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
That we'll never have like, man. I'm trying to think of like a moment where this happens.
Of a character of importance, like getting hurt.
Like getting hurt, like not dying, but just getting hurt, like.
Reen and Gaia, Eden. Like, technically, Reen got possessed. Straight up.
But, like...
But, like, that's not MSQ.
That's not, like, a character that's, like, gonna be around us, like, 24/7, like, any of the Scions. None of the Scions will ever get hurt.
I don't think so. We already saved them. Like, Thancred, for example. Like, Thancred, we saved him from being an Ascian.
That was like
for Urianger, his lover died and then he grew up. Fucking the twins got rid of their social anxiety. Kryl is now no longer an iPad kid. Who knows what Tataro's doing right now? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Just nothing bad will ever happen. No one is ever gonna like take a shot and get hurt or anything.
Yeah, besides our character. Besides our character.
Even when we get shot,
we just get back up. We just get back up like nothing happened. Like, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. That we're ever gonna have a major risk with any of our close friends. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, unfortunately. As much as I would like to happen, like an actual risk of, well, Ystrola. Ystrola when she went, Ystrola way back then when she went blind and also like got like concaved by a fucking pyramid.
Yeah,
like
that's like the thing where she saved her and nothing like that will ever happen to any other character.
Yeah, and that was how many years ago? How many? Yeah, that was almost 10 years ago. Like I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Like.
No one is gonna have like a character-defining moment. We're just gonna get another image, like another video of Ystrola casting a fireball.
Yeah.
And never get shot. We're gonna have another thing of Graha doing whatever with a sword and shield and never get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? Alphinaud was about to get hit by this thing. Oh, just kidding.
No, we have Shorty Shield and Aether technology. Like, so we have forces and crystals that are force fields. Like, having every single bit of precaution is like, as a plan it makes sense, but also as a story, it doesn't add any risk.
Like it's like one of the things that I think like at the end of Stormblood. When it's like when we're playing as Lord Hien, and it's we're waiting for our timely arrival. I feel like I felt like when I was playing as them, like I feel like it was hard. Like we were getting our ass beat, and I felt like there was actual like the characters were getting hurt. Nothing like that's happened.
It's like even like one of like the bigger fights, like the lead up, or even Shadowbringers. You know the solo instance when we were fighting the war, and at the end there's what's his fucking name?
Like okay,
and he's about to cast and then it cuts off. Like
we're never gonna get another moment of Graha like sacrificing himself in the tower.
Yeah.
No one's ever gonna do that
unless a new character comes around. Unless a new character comes around. New Graha. Yeah, it's like, I feel like there's going to be a new character at some point. I really hope Wiclamite becomes one of the Scions, but I don't think...
I don't
really think she is. I don't think she is at all.
I really don't.
It's like...
Oh, God, please, no. Never. Stay.
But also, it's like, she's a main character, so I don't think she is. It's like... who else?
Like I said,
I don't think anyone from this expansion so far. Like, if Zero is not part of our, like, group, I don't think... But also, it's like, in patch content, they could always just introduce another character that might become one of the Scions. Like Zero was, but she didn't become one, unfortunately. I would like Zero to be on our side.
Like, she has her own thing. Like that's what I
Yeah,
hope.
she has her
really
own
hope
thing. She's doing.
whatever. She can.
I don't think she's gonna return.
Call on them for help.
I don't think
I'm fine with that.
I don't think she's gonna return. Because I don't think we ever want to open up another void gate again. Because that shit takes a lot. For no reason. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen ever again. I think now is like the reflections. Instead of a void gate stuff. I feel like it's gonna be more on reflections. And maybe we can use this key to go to one of the other sources. Because we only went to this one and the first. And I'm still waiting to go to another one to see what that is. I was really hoping that that key was going to be part of it, you know? But that doesn't happen. I feel like
we're going to do something dumb. And do some stupid... Like, they're going to figure, like... Like, I know Graha's wants to go back to the first to see people.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling he's going to try to, like, if they figure something out with the key, that might be like a...
It might just be a teleportation device for them. Maybe.
But, yeah.
But, like, how they used it back then was... they only used it to escape world threats. Like how Cryo's parents did. They were in a world threat, they opened up the gate. Apparently it was the City of Gold. He threw Cryo into a safe spot and be like, we back, and then they died in that war. So...
Or they died getting caught.
Yeah.
They defected.
Yeah. So... I feel like that's the only time that key is ever going to be seriously used. If another world calamity is bound to happen. Which might happen. We don't know. With our characters overpowered, I don't think it's going to happen. Our overpowered character, I don't think that's going to happen.
That's the other thing. I like the people that are like, don't touch that character. Like, that's fun. Like, yeah, like, she's strong. But at the same time, I want to get humbled. Again.
Yeah, honestly. get humbled.
I want to get humbled.
It's like...
so badly. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun being like... With cool Johnny, like, don't touch that one. I don't want to fight that one.
I don't want to fight that one. The kitty's scary. Like, the lizard is scary.
Or like when you're talking to Sphene, it's like, I hope you're fine with your whole army dying. Like, yeah,
bro,
really
when she was getting rid of everyone in there, when she's like, oh, you moved, you're done. Oh, you're done. Okay, everyone, you're going back to wherever the fuck, like what Sphene was doing. She's like, oh, you're done. They didn't trap us in it. She's like, we want to fight you, actually. We're like, nah, Azim, Lamau. And then Wuklima came through anyways with the fucking cutscene, which I don't understand how that happens. What happened? What happened?
Honestly,
I was confused. I'm like, what happened? Yeah, that was our moment.
That was our one moment, and they just had to come in and burst and honestly fucking ruin it. It ruined it. Like, and they came in and didn't even sound excited or worried. It was like
they're like,
the board blank came out.
They're like, Sphene! Stop it now! Right now!
Sphene,
like,
stop it!
Stop it! Like,
and then it just sits there.
I know they're real you. I know they're real you.
I don't care. Like, she's gonna kill your people. Stop. Stop trying to be a friend. Just kill them.
Exactly.
Sorry.
That's how I was kind of feeling as well. Like,
honestly, I wish you didn't break in. Because I had it covered.
Yeah, we had it covered. We were chilling. Okay, we were chilling with that. With my group, we were chilling. No one was dead on that second phase. No one was dead. Okay. But
like, I would have been fine with just killing it and then going out and being like, "Yep, you did it." But because why? How? If she can break in, why couldn't Cryo or Graha?
Yeah, I was so waiting for a Cryo moment, dude. I was so waiting for a Cryo to pop off at some moment.
And that's the other thing.
Like, Cryo didn't do anything.
Stuff,
yeah, they promised Cryo stuff.
Literally only got stuff at the end for maybe about 0.5%.
Yeah, and that's only lore stuff. Only
otherwise,
lore.
in the first 4 zones, Kryl is about as useful as a sign.
Yeah.
Wow, the Golden City. Are you alright, Wilklamot? That boat ride really got you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kryl. You're so useful.
Yeah, she's like... That's why I always, like, classified her as the iPad kid. She does nothing besides, at least before, she always sit in the annex looking at maps, aka the iPad. Like, or looking at books, the iPad. That's all she did for all of Endwalker and Shadowbringers or whatever the fuck she was doing, right? She didn't do anything until, okay, now she picked up Pignomancy. Hog Champ. You don't do anything with it. You don't do anything with it. And she has the audacity to say at the end, I'm glad I picked up Pignomancy. Shut the fuck up. I had that spoiled for me from a tweet, but like, I was like, I'm glad I picked up Pignomancy. It was from a meme that because Pignomancy is so overpowered. Like besides that, like that's a different tangent. Like story-wise, it's like she did nothing, dude, and we were promised or at least implied Cryo is going to do something major, and this is going to be Cryo's expansion, not Wilklamot's expansion and our babysitting gig. Like that was really it. Like,
the Saracens like second half of the MSQ reeks. Famous. It just does the Alamegan half of Stormblood. We have Cat, least. Or we have Wilklamot in quotations, least. Great value lizard meat Xenos, and a bunch of unfortunate people who will trap you in a jail cell for days if it means that they have someone to list every complaint they've had about their entire unfortunate existence. Like,
I just see the image that you sent in Discord.
Yeah.
at the bottom, secret Pokemon yet again.
By the way, all of those, every single image in that is from a different instance of speaking to her. Every single one of those is an original, is not repeated.
Yeah.
Like, one too many times, man. Seriously. Like, I get it though. Like, I keep saying it. I get it. They are the person, but still.
Let's see what's new on Twitter with the Wilklamot. Latest.
So yeah, there's a dude that had like a whole rant about his entire thing, and I stole some of his points because I'm like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
The Emerald was amazing. We didn't need it for a third time.
That is true. Actually, yeah, this is Amarat 3.0. Dead Ends also kind of
can
just be like Amarat. Yeah. Stop doing Amarat for the final dungeon.
I don't think they're going to stop because it kind of is the story dungeon.
Yeah, this is 3 times in a row we've saved the world.
But it's the story dungeon. That's what the dungeon is all about. It's a dungeon if you pay attention to like the environment and actually like listen to like the people who's actually talking in it. Mm-hmm. It's a very lore based.
It is, but like.
What the fuck is this tweet? Dawntrail spoilers. Final thoughts. Galua Jaja and Kenton Ram Yaoi. Wilklamot and Sphene Yuri. Mm-hmm. And then someone commented Aaronville and Nolino. Nolino? I don't know that person at all. Straight pride, not canon joke. Okay. Like. Okay, that's the side of Twitter. I don't particularly mind TD Titus or Wilklamot. Instant either for an extended period of time. FX Final Fantasy Dawntrail MSQ when Wuklamon is on screen. Ew, I sleep. When Kona is on screen, real shit. Not gonna lie, Kona is literally he's just boring. Not gonna lie.
Wuklamon versus Gaius Veilsar in a yapping competition. Who's winning? It's gonna fucking end in a tie.
Holy shit. What the fuck is this tweet? I'm pretty is this the... Yeah, this is definitely a tweet that you were talking about.
Is it the Cassie guy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a thread. Holy, dude.
And yeah, I agree with some of the things he says, and then I'm like, that's a little out there, but like...
This is
Yeah, I took some of his points.
How long does... Okay. There is an actual end to it. Well, after finishing Dawntrail MSQ... finishing Dawntrail, aka Speak with Wuklamon Simulator, I can finally gather all my thoughts into a thread for good measure, and boy are they mostly bad. So you know, spoilers for anyone that cares. So to get the good and before everyone in the next 45 posts being mad, content was amazing, dungeon trials, jobs, new skills, blah 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 blah, music. He was pog about the actual content of it. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't get an adventure. I got to babysit. Prefaced by saying I did not mind not being the MC for once, but I was interested in as how it would be handled. The answer is that it was handled poorly. The entirety of your enjoyment of Dawntrail hinges upon you liking one character. This is good for 90% of the expansion. If you dislike Wuklamon, you will not like Dawntrail. I would agree with that. If you don't like Wuklamon, you will not like Dawntrail. Initially, I liked her, honestly, until the end. Or, honestly, at least until I was forced to follow her around like a dog. I initially liked her, and I still liked her at the end. As a character. For the things that she does, kind of annoying. But as a character, I would say I like that optimistic main character. Instead of another character being a doomer all the time, right? Like, who was being the doomer? Fucking Aaronville. He was being a fucking bitch for the last half. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, right near the beginning of Dawntrail, Aaronville gives a non-choice where he asks you really want to be part of the Reddit succession, and looking back, I wish there was a third party saying no, God, please, get me away from this cat. They would never do that. They would never do that. Of course. They would never do that. If you've played a single expansion up until Dawntrail, you would know that they would never let you pick an alternate path, and it will actually change the story.
It's the choice of free. It's the illusion of free choice.
Yes, the illusion of free choice, or even there has been some choices in there that was yes or yes. Like, yes, or ... which is yes in quotation marks. So, there were some things that I was like, I wish I could say something else. I have had those moments. Reddit succession drags on for way too long, and it's the same thing every time. Go to place, get culture forcibly beamed into their brain while Wuklamon says something about loving everyone, get a keystone, occasionally below to introduce tension into the story. I kind of agree. I don't think it drags on. In my opinion, I don't think it drags on. It's supposed to be a long journey, or at least a simulated journey. But I don't think it drags on. But it is the same thing over and over and over again to every single
It's the same thing.
zone.
You go in there, solve their problem,
and then you move on.
And then you just move on with your funny little crystal. It's I think that's why it drags on, because it's just the same thing 6 times repeated.
Like, I'm used to that. I'm a Ruby fan. I'm used to that, so I don't have a problem with it for the most part. But if it's like Ninjago, where it's like, oh, you're on the 7th season and you're doing the exact same plot line then it gets boring the 7th or 8th time in a row, 9th time in a row, right? So it's different perspectives on what you favor. I would have preferred, actually getting to learn about Tyrell's myriad people and cultures organically. Like a real adventure, same way happened in Heavensward, instead of every feat is like a magic school bus episode. Like a magic school bus episode? Like...
I mean, yeah, you go in, solve the problem, go out.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh no, you have one less blood cell, let me donate some of my blood. There you go, now you're regulated.
Exactly.
Cool. There you go, I leave now, my work here is done. That's kind of what happened, yeah. It's straight up just what happened. Look at my god on my nerves at this point. As a certified hope enjoyer, trademark, I love an upbeat story, but constantly bombarded with, I love everyone, we're friends now, I'm quirky. Now, grading quickly, pretty sure she literally says, and I love all of you in Shaloni. Yes, and she literally says that. But Gojaja is generally the best character in this expansion, and I get why so many others agree. Not about thirsting over him, though.
Dude, yeah, the thing that's about McCall Jaja.
Yeah, I've seen Abbycat's post of her saying, what's your most hear me out FFXIV MCP? And a good, I don't know, quarter of it is Bakul Jaja. A good quarter of it is just him.
Best I got is this. So stupid.
Sometimes a chick game and a chick is Bakul Jaja. I did not like him. I did not like him at all. Despite his sympathetic backstory, he does not get redeemed, and the best part, bro redeems himself via his words and deeds. But I don't agree with that. Like, yeah, he has an actual change in character, but it goes from one extreme to the other extreme.
Exactly. He never actually gets like a moment.
Yeah, he never gets like a PogChamp, a real PogChamp.
Jumps in, fight something.
Yeah, he does that too.
Fight something. Oh, I'm not used to thanks.
Yeah, and he does that 2 times in the fight that you.
I wish he actually got something.
Like.
I also wish, honestly, that maybe we could have had a talk with him.
I'm surprised.
We never talked with him on his own.
And we never defended Chuliolo.
Someone else.
And we never defended Chuliolo as a solo instance. Or at all, really. We're like, oh no, they're attacking Chuliolo. Let's see what's happening. Oh shit, people died. Let's revive them. That's really it. What happened there. We didn't really have a part in defending besides... No, we just straight up didn't have a part of defending Chuliolo at the first time. So... Just, the leader died because the Roja was like, fuck you, and cheated his way. So it's technically even scoring, just saying, 1-1, you die, bro, you died to a half-dead person. Bro. And you had overpowered shit. Just saying, you're shit at fighting, just give up. But, besides the point, we didn't do anything to save Chuliolo in that moment. We just watched this guy fight our dad. That's all that happened. We just watched it. We didn't do anything.
He has his sense of honor where he wants to 1v1.
I understand that, but like, what about outside?
You are losing
what about what's happening outside?
And yeah, we're just letting them.
Yeah, and we're just letting that happen. Like,
okay, let's go ahead and watch the fight.
Yeah. Eventually Wickamot wins, becomes Summoning Servant, and you get to go on an adventure without her. Holy shit! Shaloni Shaloni is one of the best parts of Dawntrail, and it's solely because she's not there. Just you and Araville solving problems is the Wild West like true adventures. Also Estinian.
That's funny.
Also Estinian. I personally do not like the Shaloni part. as a whole. Some parts were cool, like the start of it was really cool, like getting the base understanding of OMG cowboy stuff and like OMG Estinian, like cool. But the actual story and the plotline of Shaloni of like OMG Namika got robbed, and that's the entire and we just get her bracelet back.
Yeah, I was say I wish that there was more.
If there was more, yeah, if there was more, then I might have a different opinion.
But maybe I just like it because yeah, the whole thing before this is just go to place, indulge their culture, leave.
It's definitely a different change of pace. Definitely. Sadly, my elation, what the fuck, was short-lived. But the plot was it short-lived as the plot happens to go back to Tiliarlo and Phalite, find out what the real villain is there. We just let him win the day because it's an honorable to not interfere with the fight. It stopped being honorable when he used the Phoenix down. Come on, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just rezzed.
Yeah.
He rezzed himself. And then came back, cemented as Wiklama's #1 hater. The train scene. You watched the cutscene. Should have been gameplays commit as terrorism on Pollution 9.
I do wish that was gameplay. We should have shot some things out of the sky.
That would have been cool, yeah.
Come on, Air Force One exists in the Golden Saucer.
Yeah. Then Wiklama starts deflecting bullets with an axe out of nowhere. Bro, where is she during Shadowbringers? like, or that's Stormblood. That's Stormblood. Yeah. Like, that is like a... Bro, like, what?
That's just plot armor.
That's just plot armor to
where
straight
no
up.
one gets hurt.
Yeah.
No one with the warrior light gets hurt. And they can just deflect bullets now. Graha makes sense. He put up a shield around him.
Yeah, and like, by the way, there was not a healer on the entire train.
Clearly you didn't look at the duty support for one of the dungeons. Because it counts Red Mage as a healer.
What?
Yeah, go look at Warcore Zamor, 93 dungeon. It's you, Wiklama, Kryl, and Alizé is Red Mage healer.
What is... I didn't notice that. What the... Alizé, Red Mage healer. Ah, yes.
Same thing for the fight. With the... You know, with whatever.
But why can't we pick Alizé as the Sky Deep Cenote? It's not Cenote. Cenote. Why can't we have Alizé as the Red Mage healer? I don't know then.
It just makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Vanguard was a good dungeon though, no shade there. True, I really liked Vanguard.
Vanguard's great.
Vanguard was really fun. When you meet the better Wiklama, Queen Sphene. That's a hot take. The better Wiklama?
I mean, it is just the same thing. I love my people.
Yeah, but
people.
Also she lied to everyone.
About peace.
Yeah, she lied about her. Like,
but also, that's not exactly her. That's the memory that is whatever, because we don't know that at that point.
Yeah.
Because it was never going to go down another path, because that's just the way her memory was going to work anyway. And that's why it felt like that's also what I hated. Every single time we talked to her, we'd tell her the same thing. She'd be like, what? No way. And then she'd disappear and then come back and we explain the same thing. Like, what? No way.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Fun.
Why couldn't the entire expansion been about her instead? Well, that's like saying, why couldn't all of Endwalker be about Vana? why wasn't Vana here the entire time? It's almost like she was in the past, right? So you can't. It's another plot for the higher up. For Endwalker, it was Hydaelyn, Vana Hydaelyn, right? For this is Queen Sphene and then Queen Sphene, but better, right? So, oh, Queen Sphene, you had a genuinely tragic character flaw, and I wish it weren't rushed at the latter third of Dawntrail.
Honestly, I wish
it was rushed.
Earlier.
True, I do.
So
I agree.
Earlier.
I agree as well. I thought we were gonna meet her earlier, to be completely honest. Wait, wasn't this expansion supposed to explore Kryl and Arenvilles a bit more? Oh fuck, we nearly forgot. Quick, wrap it up in like 2-3 cutscenes each. Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah,
but
they
sir,
did feel like we just got...
Yeah, we just got, literally the final few quests was Arenville. And right before that was literally directly Kryl before that.
Yeah, they got like they got 3 each.
Yeah,
on the level 100.
Yeah, like 3 like quests each. Like okay. But sir, we won't take that away. We won't take that screen time away from Wiclamont. This land was later fired. The camera zooms in on Wiclamont clenching her fist for the 33rd time. True.
Yeah.
She's literally the Arthur meme. There's also a level 99 quest where you follow Wiclamont around while she ignores you and talks to Koala.
Yeah.
We're literally only there for a reason for the conversation. I don't know where to put this, I just found it extremely funny. This happened multiple times. That we were just there.
Doesn't show emotion.
Yeah, we're just
we only have fun. We only having fun during Manderville quest, okay?
Yeah.
That's the only time we're allowed to show anything.
I think we were only for all of the level 99 and 100, or the later half of 99 and 100, we're just a spectator. Straight up. We don't have anything to do with it besides the final trial. And that's it. And they go to our end and be like, OMG, you're so amazing. It's like, we did nothing. We did nothing besides kill the thing that you tried to interrupt. Anyways, so once you get to the final zone, Dawntrail starts to spin its wheels in what I can only assume is a blatant padding. We're on an explicit time limit, to which Wiclamont says, but if we went and learned about each other, about another culture for a smile. But what if we went and learned about another culture for a smile? So I do that for about an hour. That's the entire...
Like, the world's about to end, but let's go talk to the dead people.
Yeah, instead of just turn off all the terminals and then go to the final boss right there.
Like, yeah. Like I get it. Like, you gotta,
it was sad. It was sad. It almost got me. Like, it almost got me, okay? I almost cried during the Kryl scene when she was meeting her parents for the first time. I almost cried. I almost teared up a little bit. But yeah, it's like... Those were
like the few, like, that was like...
Yeah.
That's like the good one. I don't know. Like...
Yeah, that's like one of the more emotional scenes that they just throw in at the end of every single expansion.
Yeah.
For Endwalker, they did it correctly, because they dragged it out an entire zone. They dragged it out, you sobbing for an entire zone of Ultima Thule.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to compare Ultima Thule to this zone.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like, okay, like I say here, in the living memory, it drags on. When we're talking, I feel like we do the same thing though in Ultima Thule, but I feel like it's better. I feel like we're making like
it's like we
all know what it probably is because the people make their quote unquote sacrifice to push us along. Maybe that's why I like it more.
It's like I do like Ultima Thule's story a lot more, but also Endwalker as an expansion is a whole exception. It's a whole exception. It's an entire exception that like you cannot compare for it because it's built upon 3 other expansions, and this is the first expansion of this new story. So like you can't compare Endwalker to Dawntrail. That is just not a thing that you can do. Anything in Endwalker you cannot do because that's all of that is built up upon 10 years or 8 years or something like that, right? 8 years of expansions. You can't compare anything from it. That's just my take on it. You at least get a genuine touching moment with Grahatia that doesn't get interrupted by Wicklamat. I have nothing bad to say about this. True, but also it was only 5 minutes long, and the last time we really had one-on-one time with Graha, he was pretty much saying, yeah. And also like when we were really learning Graha, when pretty much he was saying, OMG, I love you so much. It's like being our secret admirer and be like, I want to go on adventures with you, OMG. When we were sitting in Kaluja, or is it Kaluja? The Yumor, wherever Yumor is.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the cliff and that. It's like, OMG, I want to go on an adventure with you. And this is the adventure you get. I don't know. Like,
I will say, I hope in the post we do some. Maybe he comes with us for Erangel. I hope. I really hope he does.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Because we did promise him something. And we promised him an adventure. I want to do that with him.
Yeah, and like Endwalker, we didn't really adventure with him.
No, because we were trying to save the world.
Yeah.
So you can't. There's no way we did that there. Like.
Yeah.
I do want.
And he was like, OMG books, and I need to help Cryo for the entire expansion. So. I firmly believe the entirety of the final zone would have been better if we were exploring with Wiclamite, and if you weren't on a time limit. Making everything you do have this world tonal dissonance. Dissonance because Dawntrail was building up to a climax and just stops. It reminds me of Angel Beats though, so that's a good thing. Shame the final zone was undercooked and tonally dissonant from the climax. This should have been post MSQ main area, man. Also don't think of a moral dilemma. Everyone is okay with it. Shut up. Yeah, it's like everyone was okay with dying, and everyone was happy, and they were content with everything. It's like,
and that's like the thing. Like they're dead. Like, it's been said multiple times. They're dead.
Yeah.
Like they're dead.
Yeah, we get it.
We're talking to the memory in their happiest zone, and when they're the happiest.
Yeah.
That's why they're all so happy. It's not because they're happy because they're alive. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm. And like you're on a time limit, quote unquote time limit. The AK is a excuse to rush the story more. So you can be done with the expansion. Definitely the last zone is the least amount of time you are in that zone.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get to the final dungeon of Dawntrail. Beautiful BGM, true.
Yeah, very much.
Best in an expansion, bar none. Is it the best? I was more focused on the fights on it.
I love the music in that.
I need to listen to it again. That kind of getting to Amarat 2. I was trying to be in Amarat 2, but there's certainly worse dungeons to try and draw inspiration from. Once more, it proves an entire expansion could have been without Queen's Fiend. Well, would have been about Queen's Fiend, okay. Yeah, I think Queen's Fiend was going to be more of a character. But, like, it is also, like, the important godly character of the expansion. So, like, they try to copy Vanop, but they did it poorly.
Mm-hmm.
And then it tops the dungeon's BPM with a remixed version of itself at the final trial. Fuck yeah. I really did like the music for it. It was so good.
Great.
To top it all off, the boss even removes Wicklamat from the situation, and I was ready for that final fight. If nothing else, it could end Dawntrail off on a high note. Me, before the boss hits 20%. Great fight, fun mechanics, great design, man. Just saying, the boss, I think, is so difficult for a first try.
Oh yeah,
it is very difficult. Some of the mechanics are just absolutely, like the donut, for example. There's like the safe spot in the circle, I should say. And as a caster, at least, trying to go from one corner to the entire circle in like half a second, in like a 0.25 second, you can't really do that. Or you can't really do that as most jobs. And then the mechanic goes so fast. That's how I felt with the final boss of the dungeon. The mechanics were so fast that, like, as a caster or someone new, first run, is very hard to follow. Like, the person, the other DPS I was playing with for the final dungeon, died like 5 times to that final boss. We didn't wipe, but he died like 5 times. Like, he died a lot to that final boss because the mechanics were so fast. And I think I only died like once or twice in the dungeon. And I think that was like the first or second boss, I think. Maybe great fight, fun mechanics, great design. Maybe if it wasn't so hard on maybe I've been too hard on Dawntrail. Wukama appears again for no fucking reason. True. And in your moment of greatness, your thunder will be stolen by the real main character. Get this buff off my skin. Get this buff off me. Fine. So. It's like. Dawn's resolve, inspired by Wukama's unyielding will and defying all mortal limits.
I'm inspired by my own fucking will to not die.
Just saying, Roban, not Rob, what's the fucking Elden Ring guy? Fucking Rodon, or whatever the fuck his name is? Radon. Why can't we have that kind of moment? That we're too angry to die. Mad cat, grr. Why can't we just be too angry to die?
Yeah.
Instead of OMG, Wukama is just here. Final expansion ranking. Endwalker equals Shadowbringers. I agree. I think both of these are peak. You cannot get past Endwalker and Shadowbringers. 10 out of 10 each. They're tied. Then Stormblood, Heavensward, Power Gap. A power gap for a Dawntrail and a Realm Reborn. Final verdict, mid-trail, speak with Wukama out of 10. I pray that post Dawntrail is better. Why didn't MSL come and troll? Is he stupid? Bro, I was waiting for MXL to speak to us at the end, at least. At least say something instead of fucking Aaronville's stupid voice. That I can't understand, like, a good, like, half of the words that he says because of his accent. Like, my ranking is Endwalker and Shadowbringers, Stormblood, Dawntrail, a Realm Reborn, and Heavensward. That's my ranking. I'm just a Heavensward hater, through and through. That's just me. I like a Realm Reborn because it introduces everyone. It introduces everyone, and looking back on it, you can reminisce on, like, wow, this person used to be like that? Instead of, like, in Heavensward, we're like, OMG, dragon, friend, smile, expansion done. And also, this girl fucks dragons. Like, okay. That's an interesting Twitter post right here, though.
It definitely got all the ideas out there.
It definitely has all the ideas out there.
To which, yeah, like, I do agree with a lot of them. But...
see if there's anything else Wuklamot related, and seeing an orange cat, holy shit, is Wuklamot. OMG. So what about that dungeon?
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
it'll be the last thing I do. Yeah, then I'll get off.
Yeah,